This is the Ohio AgNet from the Voice You Know with the News You Trust studio, sponsored by BASF. Visit with your local ag retailer about 0% financing on all BASF crop protection, seed treatment, and Zetavo brand soybeans now through March 15th. Coming up tomorrow, join Dusty Sonnenberg at the Seed Consultants Winter Agronomy Meeting at the Red Pig Inn in Ottawa. Get a full list of their meetings and RSVP at seedconsultants.com. In Anaheim, California, for the American Farm Bureau Federation Convention, had a chance to catch up with Bill Patterson. He's president of Ohio Farm Bureau. Let me tell you, the Buckeye State is shining bright out here with Ohio Farm Bureau members. Mr. Patterson, as I mentioned, a lot of Ohioans out here, close to 200, representing the Buckeye State and doing it very well. Let's start with the counties, and we have, as usual, more counties being recognized here than any other state for the work they're doing at the local level.
I don't know, it's got to be 5 years in a row where we have a quarter of the counties that are being recognized, and it's unbelievable. And it's just showing it's Ohio leading the way when it comes to programming, when it comes to providing value to the members. So proud and so excited when we walk down that floor and we get to see Ohio here, and everybody talking. What are you doing and everything else? It's just such a privilege to be able to represent the state and see that operation going on.
Young people here as well representing Ohio with our Young Ag Professionals contest for the discussion meet for the Outstanding Young Farmer Excellence in Ag. We have some really strong competition again here in Anaheim this year. Yeah, we just had the privilege, just in the last hour, we had the privilege to listen to Derek Snyder give his presentation, and what a great job he did, both in presenting what he's doing for Farm Bureau, and then also what he's doing for agriculture in general. And then hearing Cameron Reinhardt with the other three individuals in the discussion meeting, what a tremendous job he did. So just again, so proud of those individuals for representing our state. It all wraps up on Tuesday when we have a policy session that, this all starts at the county level. You go to a lot of the county meetings and you look at policy being developed there that gets moved up to the state level. Annual meeting we had back in December, and now it all culminates here in Anaheim at the national level. What are some of the things we worked on in Ohio that we're bringing here to California to talk about on the delegate floor? Well, I like to go back to last year. Ohio brought 13 policies to the American Farm Bureau, and all 13 policies were adopted. And that's because our members are bringing forward meaningful, specific, and targeted policy that makes a difference for agriculture. And again this year, what a great job our delegates did and our members did in creating strong policy that's being brought forward, and none that's more important right now to our members than our farmland use, our farmland preservation. There's a 700 policy where we're asking the American Farm Bureau Board to come up with a task force that's going to look directly at methods and policy that can support the preservation of farmland, because we're losing far too much farmland. And really our delegates in Ohio, our Ohio members, are leading the way in that conversation across the broad spectrum of agriculture to talk about how we preserve land and treat it as a critical resource. But besides that, there's Farm Bureau has created policy on tax that we're going to bring forward, bring the policy on drone and unmanned and aircraft systems. It's just thorough policy from educated members that know what's important to those of us that are in agriculture, and knows where we have to be on the front end of policy, where Farm Bureau needs to be on the front end of policy, and they're creating that policy that we're going to bring forward, and we're going to fight for these policies. My full conversation with President Patterson of Ohio Farm Bureau is on our Facebook and YouTube channels. Let's get a check of the forecast now, brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance, online at seedconsultants.com. Here's Ryan Martin.
Clouds are holding on in the north due to a feature trying to move across the Great Lakes region. Central and southern parts of Ohio not really being affected too much. Now, as we move forward, we are going to be looking at precipitation and cold air coming in starting tomorrow, going through the end of the week. On again, off again, light snow with lake effect being big tomorrow night. I'm Ryan Martin.
Thank you, Ryan. Back with the markets after this on the Ohio AgNet.
It's time for the Morton Buildings Building Value Days sales event running now through the end of February. Morton buildings are built stronger, last longer, and look better. So if you're planning for a garage, farm shop, stall barn, a storage building for your RV, boat, or collectibles, or anything in between, act now. Our buildings are built to last, but these savings won't. Visit MortonBuildings.com or contact your local Morton office to take advantage of current savings on new buildings. Certain restrictions may apply. Offer valid only on select new building orders placed between January 5th and February 28th, 2026.
Markets on the Ohio AgNet brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com. Get a check of midday numbers in Chicago with corn for March up a half penny at $4.22 a bushel. No change for May, $4.30 and a half. Soybeans for January, $10.28. That's a nickel lower. The March down 3 cents at $10.46. Wheat for July, a half cent to the plus side, $5.36 and a quarter. September, $5.50 a bushel and up by a quarter penny. Live cattle for February, that is up by 87 points at $236.10. April, $237.37, up by $1.30. Feeder cattle for March up $272 at $358.90. April feeders $357.35, up $290. Lean hogs for February $84.12, down 30 points. April off 17 cents at $90.57. Be sure to get the latest markets, weather, and farm news online now at ohioagnet.com. I'm Ty Higgins. We'll see you down the road.